Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dive Deep. I'm Shelby Cornett, and I'm the ministry assistant at Cambridge City Christian Church. And I'm with Danny, just like every other week of the year.
Aren't you blessed?
I am.
You need that. You need that shirt that says #blessed every week.
Yep.
Because you get to talk to me.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Was it blessed? Never mind. I can't. I'm done for the day. My head is just
Yeah, happens to the best of them.
obvious.
Okay.
All right.
So we are going to talk about
We
stuff.
are going to talk
Okay,
about
all right, just
stuff.
checking. All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
I got notes, so I don't have to think too hard.
Okay.
Okay. So this
you think
week.
hard sometimes?
Really?
You set yourself up.
It's been one of those days. There's been a lot of roasting going on.
Yes, there has. Yeah. Sorry.
So the pastors are mean.
We're bullies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So to get on with it, this week we talked about letting go of distractions. I don't have any distractions in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody has lots of distractions.
Everybody has a lot of them. Mm-hmm.
So as soon as you said letting go of distractions, I wrote, my phone is a huge distraction. And then you said something
and then
about
I talked
our
about
phones.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've been trying to work on that since Sunday.
So what have you been doing to work on that?
Like keeping it in a different room.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. Mm-hmm.
I'll just put it completely separate. And I have a watch that gives me notifications.
Yep.
If it's something important
Mm-hmm.
that I feel like I need to look at, then
It'll
I'll look at it.
Yep. Yeah, you could set up your watch in a way that would only give you like the major type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's a good idea.
And then I'm really bad about laying in bed for like hours at night and like scrolling through my phone.
Yep.
So I try to just put it on the nightstand. And like once I set my alarm for the night, just put it down.
Leave it there. Mm-hmm.
Don't mess with it.
So why is it good to do that though? I mean,
Because my head is like
yeah,
not in the right place all the time. Like I think about stuff I see on my phone, or I'm like, where's my phone? Like not on purpose. I'm not thinking about it on purpose. But
yeah, I mean, God wants us to be really careful with the things that are distractions, and phones are a big part of that right now. And so it's not just about getting rid of the distraction, but it's also about, okay, what are you going to do with that time that you've
and I wrote
rediscovered?
I want to spend more time studying, like reading my devotions, stuff like that, and more time just doing like family activities, like playing with the kids, doing stuff one-on-one with Lucian.
Yeah.
Like I spend so much time wasted on my phone.
Yeah.
I could be doing other things.
Yeah. It's easy to do. They're kind of like an addiction. I mean, they are an addiction. I mean, they can really tug at you a lot. I will tell you, I've shared already, numerous times about social media and kind of my relationship with it, and I don't really do a lot of it now. But the funny thing is, now I've been detoxing, I guess, for the last 6 months, I think now, off of it, or however long it's been. But it's funny, it's almost weekly or sometimes even daily where it's like, oh, you can come back on it. It's kind of like when you're an alcoholic or something.
I was going to say, or like when someone's quitting smoking and they think about it all.
Yeah, and because I was talking to somebody last night about how alcoholics always consider themselves an alcoholic even when they've stopped, because there's still that temptation that's there. You're a recovering alcoholic. Well, I guess I'm a recovering social media addict, because sometimes it does. It kind of, it's like tries to pull me in.
Right.
Oh, you could put it on there and you'll just look at it for a few minutes. And I mean, so.
Like, I think my phone should not say low battery by the end of the day if I charge it all night. Like, and if it gets that way, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you've maybe been on it a little too much. That's a good point, because I've been noticing the other day, I was thinking that my battery was, I must have a really good battery in this phone, but you know what? It might be because I'm not on it so much.
I also.
Good job, Danny. I didn't realize maybe I was doing that good.
Danny's bragging.
Well, no, it's just a yay, not
Yeah.
yay for me, just like
Right.
yay, that's good. That's a good thing. So.
And I don't know if anyone else gets these. I get screen time reports on Sunday mornings.
Your phone tells
and I
on you.
I put a frowny face next to screen time reports, because on Sunday mornings it pops up and it'll say you averaged however long per day this week. And I'm like, oh my God.
If you don't mind me asking, what?
Sometimes it'll say like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Like 4 hours and something.
Mm-hmm.
It's been in 5 hours before.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's a lot.
Well, I shared Sunday that the average number for people is 2 hours a day. And if you add that up, it could equal up to 7 years.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Depressing. But like a couple weeks ago, it was like your screen time was down 40% last week. And I'm like, yes.
That's good. That's good.
So
Yeah.
I thought about deleting social media off of my phone, but
Yeah.
then I like it for certain stuff too.
It is. And I want to be really careful. You know, I don't get time to say this really in sermons. I'm not saying at all that social media is a bad thing.
Right.
I think there are a lot of good things. Our church uses it for things. And I think that's what's kind of come back. That's where that temptation for me has been like, oh, but it, you have to learn to manage it. And for most of us, including myself, I'll readily admit I can't.
Right.
Like I can't manage it. So the best way for me to do it is to just get rid of it.
Right.
You know, because then I don't have to manage it if it
Like,
isn't there.
I post pictures of my kids and I want to see
but there are good
pictures of
things. Absolutely.
other stuff.
Yeah.
But then,
But you know what I've been doing though? I've told you, I've been doing it through my desktop.
yeah.
So like I'll go maybe a couple times a week and pull it up on a computer, and that's much harder to do.
Right.
You know, it's not right at your fingertips, and that's worked out pretty good for me. I think I'm still able to see some things and all that, but I'm not on
You're
there.
not caught up in it.
No. And what I've even found too is that it has affected even my desktop usage. Like when I get it on my desktop, I'm on it for maybe 10 minutes, and then I'm not as addicted to it, you know, as I was when it was on my phone. So, yeah.
And there's so much besides just itself being addicting, like there's so much negativity that comes from it and stuff that you're subconsciously thinking about all the time.
Yes. That was the main reason I got off of it, was because I started catching myself mentally getting depressed. And I would actually like feel it when I'm off. When as soon as I would shut it off or whatever, I'd feel it. And one day it just occurred to me, I'm like, you feel worse now than you did 20 minutes ago when you looked at this. Is this something you should be doing?
Right. And there's so much without thinking about it, like you compare yourself to others.
Yep.
Or
been there, done that.
Catch yourself like judging other people for
been there, done
what
that.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It's a tricky one. And you know, when we talked about distractions this week, God, you know, he wants us to be focused on who he is, but sometimes we see this stuff, and you know, we're picking on social media, but it comes in other varieties, right? I mean, we get distracted with activities, with people. And I mentioned Sunday that sometimes the things are good. You know, it's good to spend time with your kids. It's good to do things with your kids. And, you know, it's good that you got a job, and it's good that you have friends and all these things. But if they're outside of a boundary, then it can be detrimental to your relationship with God.
Right.
And social media, I think, is an easy target, but you can do that with other things too. You can become very easily distracted.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was most of what I wrote. I put like clear your head and listen. Like pay attention to what God's doing rather than everything else around you. And then the challenge was find a distraction and eliminate it. So that's why I've been trying to push my phone aside
that's
more.
Your distraction, yeah.
We got rid of a bunch of the kids' toys.
Okay.
And which that kind of goes back 2 weeks.
The stuff. Yeah.
We've been getting rid of junk and kids' toys this week.
Good.
So
you're on the way there.
Trying to clear my mind.
Yes. We could all do more of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of the stuff and the thoughts and yeah.
Yep.
That was all I had.
Yep. Well, I think it's true. I mean, distractions are a big problem, and we need to root them out. And this week I'd encourage anybody watching to make sure you take time and eliminate something. Yeah.
Yeah. Your phone and your TV and
TV. Yeah, we didn't even get into all that. So
that was something I wrote down for like the kids because I let the kids watch TV and I'm like.
Yep.
So, all right. So this week,
we're talking more about things that we need to set ourselves free from. So we'll continue that series, and Christmas is getting closer. It's crazy to think. I mean, we're just as of recording today, it's the 7th. So we're only less than that, 18 days. So Yep, it's coming soon.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So we'll see you next week as we keep talking about letting stuff go.